This is a relatively low cost soldering iron that I bought from Banggood. As per usual, it took about 2 weeks to get here, and I've taken it out of the box. I didn't really think you'd want to see me opening a plastic bag and taking out this box, but needless to say, it was packed properly and securely. All I've done so far is just pop the lid to make sure it's not broken, but I haven't plugged it in, and so that's what we're going to do. Now I have to say, Banggood has not paid me to do this review, and in fact I received no money from anybody. That's why I'm so poor. I bought this solely for my own use. I actually do have a couple of soldering irons. Now this is my old soldering iron, which is made by Antex, and I've had this for probably 30 years, and it goes back to the days when things were actually made in England. Quite rare these days. I don't even know if you can still buy these, but the tips last for absolutely ever. But the only problem with this particular one is it's quite low power. It doesn't really get hot enough for most applications. I thought I'd look on the Banggood site, and I was originally going to purchase a thermostatically controlled one that I saw Big Clive reviewing. I think it's Big Clive anyway, it might not be. When I came to buy it, they were out of stock. So I thought, well, do I actually need such a multi-quality one when all I want to be able to do is to change the temperature on it, which I can hopefully here. We will find out in a minute. And I think the basic thing is about 60 watts from memory. And I thought, well, that will give it a lot more heat and quicker response time. So that's why I purchased it. Now the only thing that's concerning me slightly is what voltage it's designed for. Because here in New Zealand we have 240 volts, give or take, much the same as the UK and much the same as Australia. But there the similarity changes. Now this has come with a New Zealand stroke Australian plug on it. Now by rights that should mean it's suitable for the voltage here. But when you look at the advertisement, it says 220, and some of them are, or most of the ones, are 110. Now what alarms me is that there is no writing on the iron whatsoever. And the box is even more useless because it shows you pictures of four completely different soldering irons. And this is known as a high quality, if I put it in camera you might be able to see it, there we go, high quality something or other soldering iron. And so obviously the people that did this didn't have a terribly good command of English, but that doesn't matter, it doesn't mean to say it's no good. It says it has a 3-wire grounded iron, ideal for professional and light work. Well, I'm about to check. I'm going to go and get my meter in a second, and we'll see that the soldering iron hopefully is earthed. Because I'm afraid I don't necessarily believe everything the Chinese manufacturers tell me. Mainly because they lie like mad. And in fact, that the information on the box is completely and totally useless. It tells you how to solder, which it looks like they've copied this from somewhere else because it's in very good English. Whereas the rest of the information is humorous, shall we say. It says, when the soldering iron is plugged in for the first time, 3 comes out a smoke from the tip end, and the smoky stops in a short while, and the smoke never comes out again. We shall see about that. Arta finish the long life tip face. Well, I have no idea what that means. And then it says Don, D-O-N, filed the long life tip face. Well, here we are on the Banggood site showing the original item as purchased by myself. I did say that it actually comes at 20 New Zealand dollars, but for some reason or other the program has come up in sterling at 10.99. US dollars is 14.77. So I'm sorry if your currency is not recognized here, but I'm sure you can find it should you be interested. Right, we have the meter. Let's put it onto continuity and just check it. Right, you don't really need to see the meter because you'll hear it. We should have continuity between the earth pin, with a bit of luck, and the tip, which we don't. Oh yes, beg your pardon. We do, and no continuity between the other pins. In fact, we'll put it on the highest resistance, 20 megohms, and there should still be nothing. Well, that's a good sign. We're happy with that. The first thing we'll do is plug it in and watch the smoky coming out, or the explosion. No, we won't be pessimistic. Well, it hasn't gone bang. That's always a good sign. It's cool to touch. It does melt solder, which is a bit like it's supposed to do. Right, this has been so difficult to find a way of focusing this because the display is really small, and being black it was really difficult to actually film it so you can see it. But it's now reached the temperature of 300 degrees C. Now, as I said, there is no instructions with it whatsoever, and I have no idea whether you can actually set this to Fahrenheit. I know there's only the Americans that use Fahrenheit, but for the rest of the world, centigrade is fine. To change temperature, you simply press the button. This will take it down, and you'll see a little squiggly thing at the top there, which shows you the iron is cooling down to get to 296, and now it's locked in and the temperature is 296, and the same applies if I put the temperature up a fair few degrees. You can just hold your finger on the button and you see it flashing again, and when that stops it's reached 312 degrees. So it's pretty quick, and I find it works really quite well, and certainly for the money you can't fault it indeed. I've tried doing some soldering with it, and again it maintains the temperature, because being 80 watts that's quite a lot for a relatively small tip, but the advantage is it does mean the moment you put your soldering iron on the work, the temperature is maintained pretty well. Let's go up to 350. It doesn't seem to want to remove that. Yeah, I don't know whether the iron hasn't got enough heat, or whether I need to put this up a bit more. Let's go up to 360. Right, let's try the other side. Yeah, it does it. I think this tip is a little small for this because it's got all that metal on there. And it does ask quite a lot because it's heatsink. That's why I chose to use this. Let's just see. Yes, it does. It is melting it okay now. So it seems that I needed a bit more temperature. And I've set it on 360 centigrade at the moment. And that seems to be fine. Let's have another go at this side. Ah, yes. Yep. And a nice job of cleaning it, and it is heating that up. That whole module is too hot to touch. Let's have a look at the other side. There's a big blob on there. Yep, let's clean that off a treat. And the other side. Ah, now the bloody phone's ringing. For the price of 20 New Zealand dollars, it's very good value for money, and the fact that it comes certainly in New Zealand with the correct moulded plug is a definite plus. On the carton it doesn't mention voltage, but I've had this connected to the mains and it didn't go bang, so that's always a good sign, isn't it? It seems to need about 350 degrees centigrade to work on. If you're just soldering resistors onto a PCB pad or something like that, it's fine and does the job very well. But as you saw on that LED chip, the tip as standard is probably a little small. In other words, it doesn't have the mass that you would need to maintain the temperature. So it's really an iron for quite light work, and miniature PCBs and soldering components to a PCB will be fine. But if you're going to do some, I mean, it does work as you saw, but I think if you had a bigger tip on it, which I understand you can get from Banggood, it would be a better proposition. So there you have it for $20. Excellent value for money, and it works straight out of the box, and it's probably worth purchasing just to have a look at the English on the box. I have to say that their English is better than my Chinese, so I shouldn't really complain. But a footnote about buying products from Banggood in general: instructions are always 0 or minimal. So you have to really know a little bit about what you're doing. I mean, on this product it wasn't an issue because there's only 2 buttons and it didn't take me very many minutes to work out how to work it. So if you're looking for a small soldering iron that's thermostatically controlled for not a lot of money, you might as well buy one. Thanks for watching.